It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. We'll watch the visiting squad as they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, for Minnesota, they've had some struggles so far in the early part of the season, but they've been modifying their approach and their game plan each time out. While they haven't seen the hard work pay off yet, this is a team that's vocalized their dedication to doing whatever it takes to continue to improve. And here in the early going, some teams already fulfilling their potential while others struggling out of the gate. Shaq, how big a deal are these initial outcomes?
Ernie, let me tell you something. I hated losing, period. Didn't matter if it was early, late, whatever. I expected to win every time out.
Well, the reality is you have 82 games. So if you get too high or too low in your little valleys or your peaks, you're going to be in big trouble. But every loss and every win does affect home court advantage if you're a veteran team trying to make the playoffs and trying to win it all. So you're thinking about every loss. If you lose in April, it hurts just as much when you lose in January.
And time now for tip-off. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. So glad you can join us from the beautiful Target Center, the home of the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. And, of course, Drew Holiday. With him gone, we'll see how they get along.
Kevin, I've got to admit, I was caught off guard by this trade. I mean, he played such a big part for him. He was the last guy I expected them to move.
Yeah, but if you're going to make a move, this is when you want to do it, when a guy has basically lifted his ceiling. And so now it creates some other opportunities for some of your younger players. We'll just have to see how that transition plays out and how those new pieces fit.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Shorty out there with Shaquille O'Neal. Then it's Jordan, and it's Big Daddy. The feed to Towns. Shot, high post, that's good.
And guys, one of the most beautiful things to watch in the NBA, when Kevin Martin gets hot with the jumper. I mean, there are guys with range, and there are guys who dial it up from a different area code. But Kevin Martin, he sends it home literally from another planet.
Here's Jordan following the score by Kevin Martin. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. About 1 minute into the first. And for Kevin Martin last season, it was a struggle, Clark. He played only 39 games, but he still averaged 20 points and hit almost 40% from three-point land.
Kevin, it's just a matter of health with him. You know if he's healthy, he's going to put the ball in the basket. He gets to the line too well. He's an excellent three-point shooter and driver, but he's light of frame, and injuries have been his nemesis recently.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. Shot from 12. They get it back.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now, here's Rubio. 11 points for him in that last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
The offensive rebound. Jordan, the pass to Fletcher. Misses off the right iron.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Garnett, left side. And that misses. That would have put him up.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
The Timberwolves have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Now, here's Rubio. He's guarded closely. There's the pick. Kicks to Towns. Right side, Martin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And he bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right there for sure.
He'll take those all day. And a lot of teams in the West can at least get a little bit of a breather when they go against the Eastern teams. The Wolves didn't have that last year. They got pummeled by the entire conference.
Here's Rubio. And there's the pass to Wiggins. Stepped in the line, out of bounds there, and that will cost them the possession.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Wiggins, how he performed last season. He averaged about 17 points a game last year, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Garnett. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Kevin Martin. And Miller's subbed in for Ricky Rubio. An even 3-on-3 break. They swipe it. Here's Fletcher, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Greg, as you said, with the Wolves, they had as hard a time with the East as anyone. Only managed a 9-21 record, Clark, out of conference.
And those 9 wins were the fewest against the East for any team in the NBA. Not a surprise given how badly the Wolves struggled in general.
Minnesota on D. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. To the wing right side. Feeds to Jordan. Bangs home the trifecta. Jordan's got 5 now.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's the break. Goes up. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not. And that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Jang, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Bean comes in for Wiggins. Miller outside. Jang with the screen for Miller. Shot clock at 5. Jang a screen. And it's Miller penetrating. Looking to end the run. Gay with the block. Here's Fletcher.
Yeah. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it. And then excellent execution.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Rodman brings the double team. Here's Levine, guarded by Mayo. Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Pass to Rodman. Here's Big Daddy. Down low. Outside, Rodman. Pass to Fletcher. Plumlee with the screen. Outside, Mayo. Off target from outside.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Levine can't hit. Here's Fletcher. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And so the first quarter is in the books. The away team up 8. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Timberwolves trail by 8. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Dennis Rodman is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Mayo. Then it's Miles Plumlee. And it's Hood in at the 2 spot. Rubio, and he uses the glass on the layup. Rubio's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Timberwolves.
And Ricky Rubio, one of the youngest international basketball stars ever. We started hearing about him in the U.S. back when he was 16. And even then, powerful teams in Europe were all vying for his services.
And going back to Rubio, Clark, his natural instincts in every phase of the game, as Greg was just talking about, are really second to none. In 06, he led Spain to a championship, registering 3 triple-doubles and 1 quadruple-double. Wow.
And despite those gaudy numbers, you just never know with an international star if, in fact, his game will translate to the NBA. Rubio's game obviously has.
Now, here's Rubio. On the wing, Wiggins. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Doing pretty well at 46% from the floor. It's tipped. Rodman dishes to Hood. That 3 off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 8. And here's Rubio. And he gets it to go. Rubio's got 4 points in the quarter.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
The drive by Jordan. Shaq kicks to Rodman. Lets the 3 fly. And yes, sir, that one drops. And that's 10 points for Jordan.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Rubio, the pass to Wiggins. It's blocked by Shaq. The dish to Jordan. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
Yeah, a quick 2-game series between the two teams, one in each club's home building.
Well, looky here. We've got an inter-conference matchup. Always interesting to see how two teams match up that don't get a chance to see a whole lot of one another.
Here's Wiggins. His last outing, he had 8 points. To the middle, trying to find Martin. He's got it now. And Jordan sends it back.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Now, here's Rubio. He dishes it to Towns to halt the run, and the layup is up and in. Towns has got his first points of the game.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
And he gets the bucket.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Rubio dishes to Towns. outside Martin. That doesn't go either for Martin.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
To the inside. Here's Towns. Great D that time from Jordan.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Zhang comes in for Kevin Garnett. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Well, Andrew Wiggins showed that he's going to be a big-time player in this league, Clark, for a long time.
And we knew Wiggins could attack the basket and create his own shot, Kevin, but I think many, and I'm included in this, were surprised at how good his jumper looks this early in his career. I mean, it's pretty reliable right now.
Shot clock at 2, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Miller's checked in. .133 left to play here in the half. Zhang, a screen. Here's LaVine, guarded by Mayo. And there's the 3-second violation.
And with Wiggins' game, he has a nice jumper for a player his age. As he grows in the league, he'll become more and more comfortable shooting from deep. He'll be nearly impossible to guard when he adds a consistent three-point shot.
Here's Big Daddy. He's coming off a 28-point game against San Antonio.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man and started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Timberwolves trail by 13.
And, you know, with Wiggins, it just isn't all about his ability to score. Showed a real knack for making the unselfish play, too. Understands how to work as a unit to create shots and gets to the right spot on the floor. His potential is unlimited.
And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Nice job coming off that screen.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Here's Big Daddy out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the first half. Now, here is Miller. D right on him. Passes it to Muhammad. 2 on the clock. He lays it in. Muhammad's got his first 2 points.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And so we wrap up the first half. The away team, they're up by 11. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Rudy, some fine defensive work from this team in the first half, and this is the type of play that became a hallmark of the team going back to last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the way we played last season. Our defense was our staple, and that's all we have to do. We have to go out here and play defense every night, and this is a good start for us.
Good things happen when you guard hard on the defensive end, Rudy. Thanks for the time. Gentlemen?
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
Well, Ernie, Kenny, the offense was running really well, and their shooting percentage was outstanding, and it wasn't just luck. It's because the offense never allowed the opposing defenders to get comfortable.
Kenny, let's get your insight on the Timberwolves.
Well, obviously, they didn't show up on the glass at all. They were getting outworked, out-hustled, and outplayed, and their competition showed just the opposite. They wanted it more. You can't give up a ton of extra possessions in a game like this and expect to win.
And that's going to do it for now, as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Minnesota with the ball. 11-point game. Rubio and Martin are their backcourt. Garnett out there with Wiggins. And it's Towns in at center. That's the group starting the second half for Flip Saunders. And it's Wiggins missing.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it. And that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
Here's Big Daddy. And that one is hammered home.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. Garnett, the screen. Dishes to Martin. Here's the screen. He feeds it to Garnett. Here's Wiggins. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half.
Well, it didn't take long for us to see just how explosive Andrew Wiggins can be in the air. I mean, had a handful of huge dunks throughout the course of the season. He's going to make a lot of posters during his NBA career.
5 on the clock. The feed to O'Neal. And stolen by Wiggins. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Martin wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Well, Greg, you're right. It's clear to see with Wiggins. He is already fearless with his dunks. Clark, he'll go right at any big man with impunity and finish over him.
Yeah, and I think people knew he was a special dunker, but they didn't know how aggressive he would be in attacking the basket. That's where he surprised folks.
They double him with Jordan. Clock at 6. Wiggins drives in. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's Big Daddy following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Jordan can't get it to go. Martin attacking. They get the rebound. Gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Fletcher. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Big Daddy's got his third basket of the night. Minnesota calls timeout. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for the Timberwolves.
All right, fans, that was your Timberwolves dancers. Let me hear it.
Timberwolves trail by 10. Rubio outside. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Three-pointer. Can't get it to go.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit is good.
Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on them now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay.
You can't let someone of his skill go unbodied at the rim like that. Box him out. Get him away from the basket. He'll make you pay with tip-ins like you just saw.
Fletcher passes to Jordan. To the left side wing. The pass to Fletcher. Out left to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Fletcher. From deep. Pekovic with the rebound.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get.
Look at that.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Now here is Martin. He's got 10. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay. And one record that is going to be very hard for any player to ever match is the Iron Man streak. That record's held by AC Green as he played in 1,192 consecutive games. That kind of durability is going to be hard to match in the modern NBA.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Towns. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Levine's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Miller's subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Now, here is Miller. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Inside, Jang top loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And that was Pekovic with a nice screen. And I tell you what, as big as he is, he can really put a screen on him.
And with Iron Man streaks, it isn't just injury that can get you. It's scheduled days off and getting suspended games, too.
Yeah, just for reference, last season DeAndre Jordan was the active leader, played over 300 straight games as a player. He was a leader in the league, but he wasn't even a third of the way to Green's historic mark of consecutive games.
Now here's Pekovic. He kicks it to Levine. Miller dishes to Muhammad. And it's Miller penetrating. Fires from the line. Rodman grabs the miss.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Kicks it to Jordan. Out to the right wing. Here's Fletcher, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
They've been ineffective in this one. Just no slowing down for Big Daddy. He has 8 points and also 3 steals. He's showing us those quick hands today, both when he has the ball and when he doesn't.
Clark, you love the fact that he's a terrific distributor, but also, how about those defensive instincts? That's also been excellent today.
O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Miles Plumlee, and he makes both free throws. Minnesota with the ball, down by 12. Miller with the ball, guarded now by Dennis Rodman. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And he stepped in the line, so they turn it over.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Shaq's checked in for Big Daddy. 20 seconds left to play in the third. Now, Jordan, 16 points for him. Up in time. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The away team leading by 14. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Here's Shorty. They've got O'Neal. Jordan is out there with Mayo. Then it's Shorty, and he gets it to go.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now here is Martin, and he bangs it home with one hand.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Feeds it to O'Neal. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne. The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
It's rebounded by Towns. Timberwolves trail by 14. Wiggins outside. And he converts the layup.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Fletcher passes to O'Neal. The kick out to Mayo. Sinks the triple.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
Whoa! Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kev. Well, during that last break, I heard Flip Saunders addressing his team. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Big Daddy's checked in for O.J. Mayo. Now, here's Rubio. Outside for Martin. And Jordan sends it back, and they're able to recover. Here's Fletcher. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And defensively, just too many baskets in transition. It's really, that's been the difference.
And you know they work on that plenty in practice. A run out here and there will happen. That's part of the game. But they've got to do a much better job overall.
Timberwolves trail by 18. Inside, here's Garnett. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And it's 6 points for Garnett. Gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Oh! Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy.
Oh,
I don't remember
on.
ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
one. I tell
one.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
Now here's Garnett. Wiggins drives in. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down. O'Neal's got 8 rebounds in this game. Jacks up a 3. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
You know, it's okay to give up a few if you're getting them back on the other end, but that hasn't been the case here.
All alone. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Fletcher. Banked in off the glass. Shorty's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par. Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
And the call will be against Kevin Garnett. That is his first foul of the game. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Miller grabs the miss.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Sure did. Stayed real snug on him and didn't allow him the space he needed to get a good shot off. And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen. In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Levine kicks to Muhammad. To the paint to stop the run. He takes it up and lays it in.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
The shot's good from Plumlee.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Here's Levine. The step-back jumper is good. Levine's got 4 points in the quarter.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover. .116
left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Miller.
It's been kind of a gradual occurrence, but I think it's clear that analytics are here to stay in the NBA. Every team now has at least some vesting into the analytics area. Some base a lot of their decisions on the number side of the game. Others have a more balanced approach.
Here's Big Daddy. There's the dish to Plumlee. Pass to Rodman. Kicks it out to Gay. Here's Fletcher. 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
Now here is Miller. And he drops in the layup off the glass. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rebound by Dang.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Here's Big Daddy. Gets the bucket.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. And now we get a chance to check out our Jordan player of the game. He just put it completely out of reach in the fourth quarter. It was as if he was saying, okay, enough fooling around. I'm taking over now. What are your thoughts, Kenny?
There's no doubt about it. This guy is a leader. He was in attack mode all night, calling for it and delivering in some big, big plays and baskets. His point total shows everything that I'm talking about. The defense was like, what am I going to do? And he was like, nothing, because I'm toying with you.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Early season's greetings, NBA fans. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Got Shaquille O'Neal here. Got Kenny the Jet Smith here for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see this home squad playing against the Dallas Mavericks. And guys, for the Mavericks, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. And with a little bit of time here before tip-off, I'll kick off a topic. Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making sure you contest Every single shot.
And your anchor has to be a great communicator. He has to talk, help his teammates, make those extra plays like, hey, move, slide your feet, Ernie, pass the ball, give it back to Kenny. Hey, watch out, he's cutting through.
Oh, he got me moving.
Ernie.
You got me moving.
Communication's the big key, Ernie.
You see, he was the anchor, and I started
moving.
moving.
Hands up, Kenny. Slide down. Yeah, rotate. Oh, yeah, get the 3.
See? Mm-hmm. Yeah. As soon as he started talking, I just went. It just, man.
2 great defenders right there. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of proud
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. The Mavericks are looking to end their road trip here with a strong outing. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, their record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
You know, right now, Dallas, they're in good shape in the standings with the postseason on the horizon, maybe a notch below where we thought they'd be.
And, Greg, I think they may be saving their best for last. This is a team that's built for the playoffs, and they'll be in top form when they need to.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Dallas, Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Matthews out there with Darren Williams, and it's Pachulia in at the 5 down low.
And Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the first time we saw real signs of wear and tear from all the years of him playing. His field goal percentage, points per game, rebounds, all off his career averages. And that said, though, he's still a crafty, dangerous guy to have to go up against.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Now here's Williams. Tight defense on him. Parsons against Jordan. And Parsons kicks to Nowitzki. Hits the target from 18 feet.
Nowitzki is so smooth. Terrific shot maker.
Mavericks on D.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponents.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group. There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Parsons. Another shot. And it's good on the way in. Parsons got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Here's Big Daddy. He had 22 points in the win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
Yeah, and it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent.
4 on the clock. Here's Jordan. They get it back. Rejected by Nowitzki.
Yeah, early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Parsons' shot is off.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities. It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Now here's Williams. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Nowitzki sets a screen for Williams to the right side. The tray. No good. Gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. It's good. This game is all even.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
The Mavericks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. It always seems the Mavs are able to compete for a title, Clark, but their window might be closing with some of their stars aging, namely Dirk Nowitzki.
You're exactly right, Kevin, because Dirk is the centerpiece of that franchise, has been for over a decade. They made the Rondo trade last year trying for a big finals run, but eventually they'll start to have to build for the future.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Pachulia. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Fletcher. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And when you look at the Mavs, they have always built through free agency, still tinkered with the roster this season to get into a position to compete. Not having any lottery picks for so long has hampered their youth and development.
Out left to the wing. Shaq with the screen. Here's Jordan. There's the pass to Fletcher. All sorts of time, and he knocks down the jumper.
Well, you know, with the Mavs making the playoffs so consistently, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Cuts both ways. They rarely have draft picks that help take the team to the next level, but they are in the playoffs, which is what every team wants to be part of. Boy, you got to love that assist by Darren Williams.
There's Big Daddy, guarded by Barea. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys.
Now, here's Barea. He's coming off a 10-point game against Matthews. No one around him. It's good. Great play set up by Barea.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And when you watch Wes Matthews, you see he's just a fantastic perimeter defender, Clark. He can match up well at either the 2 or the 3.
His combination, Kevin, of length and strength and lateral movement make him an outstanding defensive player.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Chandler Parsons. Anderson comes in for...
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And it's sent back by Plumlee. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee. Harris setting the pick for Nowitzki. Outside for Barea. The 3. Tries again, and it's good on the layup. And it's 8 points for Nowitzki. Gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Outside, Rodman. Kicks to Gay. Deflects the pass. 27 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Gay outside. Over to the wing. To the paint. Here's Fletcher. Kicks it out to Gay. Misses the 3. Nowitzki gets a wide open look. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. 10 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player, Clark, destined for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, people now talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in NBA history, for sure.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
Shorty out there with Miles Plumlee. Then it's Big Daddy. Then it's Jordan on the court for the Mavericks. They've got Pachulia. Anderson is out there with Charlie Villanueva. Then there's J.J. Barea. And it's Matthews in at the shooting guard position. The Mavericks leading. Barea kicks to Matthews. Screened by Villanueva. It's Anderson with the drive. 6 on the shot clock. Drains it from beyond the arc. Barea's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Michael Jordan on the wing. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? They're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Now here's Barea. He's tightly guarded. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Rodney Hood's checked in for Big Daddy. Then for the Mavericks, Parsons checked in for Anderson, and Darren Williams is subbed in for J.J. Barea. An incredible 64% from the field in this game. And guys, what a spark plug J.J. Barea has been throughout his career. When he comes in the game, you can feel the lift. We saw a couple games against Houston in the playoffs. Saw it back in 2011 in the championship season for the Mavs.
That's a great point. He has an energizing effect on his teammates, the fans, and the announcers. He just brings so much spirit and hustle to the games. Very hard not to root for a guy like that. I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one. For me, my favorite memory of Barea, his outstanding postseason in 2011. The Mavericks had to get through the Lakers and the Heat to win their first championship. And Barea broke down those defenses by screaming to the hoop every chance he got. Actually, he squirted to the hoop.
Back to Jordan. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 5. He feeds it to O'Neal. He nails it, and we're tied up. He's got 9.
And getting back to Barea's contributions against the Lakers back in 11, Barea led a fourth quarter comeback in game 2 to help the Mavs win. Big swing in that series. And then after the game, Kobe Bryant said that Barea kicked our you-know-whats. And ultimately, Barea helped the Mavs go on to win their only championship.
Dallas has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And there's the feed to Villanueva. That's good. Villanueva's got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
Almost automatic when he can get the basketball that close to the basket.
Well, defense has to be played earlier in that situation. You've got to fight to not allow him to get that position in the first place. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And Dallas calls their first timeout of the game.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Williams dishes to Villanueva. Pass to Matthews. Feeds to Villanueva. The jump hook and another basket for Dallas.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Wes Matthews, a hard-nosed player on the wing. Strong frame, and he really does put it to good use at both ends.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Harris has checked in. Gotten all of their first 6 shots to go in here in the second. What a quarter so far.
Hang time on that rim. Puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Screen by Villanueva. Matthews, no good.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Here's Williams, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Gotten on a roll and just kept going here in the second quarter. 8 of 8. Wow. Parsons against Shaq. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. Down low, Hood, the pass to O'Neal. And here's Jordan outside, and that one's good. Jordan's got 13 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And it's Harris off the drive. And Matthews kicks to Villanueva. It's blocked by Shaq. And Harris wide open. He shoots. The three-pointer, no good. Gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
How about Michael Jordan in this one? He's got 13 points, and he's chalked up one three-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
Free throw good, Jordan. And the Mavericks with some changes. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Villanueva. Anderson comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Williams. And he can't hit the second. Dirk Nowitzki, what can you say? Future Hall of Famer. Too many accolades to list. The most important NBA champion and a great finals MVP in 2011.
Yeah, and Kevin, history has proven time and time again, you really need a future Hall of Famer on your team to win a championship. Just look at all the teams that have won the title through the years.
He dishes it to Harris. Now here's Barea. He's guarded closely. Nobody near Parsons. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
You know, back to Nowitzki being that Hall of Famer, you need to win a championship. Guys like LeBron, Duncan, Kobe, Jordan, Magic, Bird, Isaiah, all Hall of Fame guys who led their teams to the championship.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's the break. Finishes the break with a slam.
And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from my end. I mean, they've been really good, and they're looking even better at this moment.
Now, here's Barea. There's the dish to Nowitzki. Will it go? And Jordan sends it back. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Here's Harris. And that does it for the first half of play. The home team up 10. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
And now the third quarter about to get going. What a game we're seeing from Michael Jordan.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Mavericks trail by 10. Michael Jordan is out there with Big Daddy. Then it's Shorty. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Alvin Gentry's 5 as we get into the second half. Nowitzki, it's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 4 assists in the game. Being an almost unfair 78% from the field. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Now let's look at some numbers for Parsons. Good season for him last year. Averaged 15 points a game. 5 rebounds and 2 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, he has those real natural scoring instincts. The ability to find creases in the defense, just fantastic.
First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. Mavericks trail by 10. To the paint. That's good from Nowitzki on the assist by Williams. 14 points for Nowitzki.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Williams kicks to Matthews. Drops in the tray. Matthews has got 9.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Matthews has gone 3 for 4 here from the field. Well, for Darren Williams, the injury-riddled campaigns just keep piling up.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to watch considering how good he was when he was healthy. I mean, you're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game over the last decade at the point guard spot. But the injuries, hard to overcome.
No good there with the step-back J.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Dallas calls timeout.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Rick Carlisle was going over with his team in that last huddle. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Nowitzki. coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Matthews up top. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Pachulia. Dallas again missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Dallas. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Williams kicks to Matthews. The layup missed. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, you've got to love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Well, we all know that #1 overall picks are incredibly valuable. I mean, they can change the course and face of an entire franchise. Last season, the playoffs were full of teams that featured #1 overall picks.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Shaq passes to Fletcher. Outside Jordan. Just 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. Shot is off. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. And guys, teams with the #1 overall pick tend to go very deep in the playoffs. Just the nature of how the NBA lottery and rebuilding structure works.
Yeah, and in the playoffs last season, every team in the conference semis but one had a #1 overall pick on their roster. So that one team was the Grizzlies. And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Hey, guys, it's been a slow decline for Darren Williams the last few seasons. Once considered an elite point guard, he just doesn't have that stature any longer.
Well, for Williams, Greg, in his decline, his field goal percentage dropped to below 40% last season. Clark, I never thought I'd see the day with that.
Those were the worst offensive numbers since his rookie season. I mean, he had the game that you thought would carry him past his athletic prime, but that might not be the case the way those numbers look.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Anderson comes in for Parsons, and Barea subbed in for Wesley Matthews. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Anderson with the ball, guarded now by Dennis Rodman. Almost, but it rolls out. Gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Passes it to Mayo. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Fletcher. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Williams attacking. Here's Barea. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Williams has got assist number 7 for him tonight.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
On up the court, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. Second, the Mavericks.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Shorty. And Dallas also making a switch. Devin Harris has checked in for Darren Williams. And both free throws good for Rodman.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost them.
Plumlee, the pass to Fletcher. Here's Rodman. Buries the long-range jumper. Rodman's got 5 points so far.
And we're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
Anderson laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Rodman, no luck. Mavericks trail by 14. Villanueva with the bucket. He's got 8. .36 seconds left to play here in the third. Pass to Fletcher. To the left side wing. Plumlee dishes to Mayo. Right side Rodman. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And Big Daddy picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution. Zaza Pachulia.
Anderson kicks to Harris. And stolen by Mayo. Pulls up for 3. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The home team up by 12. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. A magnificent 69% in this game. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Darren Williams. Chandler Parsons out there at Pachulia. Then it's Matthews, and it's Harris in at the 1 spot.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Looking for Pachulia. He gets it there. Williams against Jordan. Williams passes to Pachulia. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
Simply need to just stay the course, Kevin. That's it.
It's been a good course so far.
Yep.
Dallas has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And Parsons slams it in.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Outside Williams lets it go with a 3. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
No luck. Parsons with some nice D. Mavericks trail by 12, pushing it up. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple. And Chandler Parsons, boy, he can really give you a whole lot of everything. Length, quickness, skills, can shoot, pass, rebound, defend, the total package.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Nowitzki's checked in. He doesn't get the second one. And back to Chandler Parsons. His versatility is so valuable to any scheme. We've now seen that in both Houston and Dallas. He gives you percentages and good production every time out.
He does, Kevin, but the one area where I'd like to see him improve is his physical strength. I mean, to take his game to the next level, he's got to be able to play through contact a little bit better. If he can do that, we're talking about a guy who could be a perennial all-star.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened in on Alvin Gentry's huddle. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Thank you, Doris. Matthews against Jordan. Matthews goes in. Stepped in the line, out of bounds there, and that will cost them the possession.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Dishes it to O'Neal. It falls for the sixth time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Mavericks trail by 13. Matthews dishes to Williams. Parsons on the wing. It's blocked by Shaq. And he recovers it. Pushing it up for the finish. Here's Jordan. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Jordan's got 22.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assist. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And the Mavericks call time here. We've seen Michael Jordan really having a great game.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they've got to figure out how to contain him.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And Matthews kicks to Parsons. O'Neal with the rebound. Shaq's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
And there's the pass to Jordan. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been stellar.
Yeah, really good. I mean, extremely well coached, fluid, efficient. Man, it's been a lot of fun to watch. The points just keep piling up because they've been such a well-oiled machine.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Passes it to Fletcher. He kicks to Jordan. It's O'Neal atop the key. Shot clock at 5. Shaq with the screen. Launches a 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Pachulia's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Parsons. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
J.J. Barea checked in for the Mavericks. And Chandler Parsons really set off a Texas rivalry last year, drafted by the Rockets in the 2nd round. He received an offer sheet in free agency from the team's rival, the Dallas Mavericks. Eventually chose Dallas, injured in the playoffs, hurt a knee, only played the 1 game. But I think they've got great things ahead for him with the Mavs.
Yeah, Parsons was a restricted free agent, so that meant the Rockets could match if they wanted to, but they declined to match Dallas's offer, which sent Parsons packing just up the road in Texas.
.121 left here in the fourth quarter. Stolen. Here's Fletcher, and that one is hammered home.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 18. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Harris. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
You know, back to the topic of Parsons' free agency, the offer from the Mavs was 3 years, $46 million. Houston didn't want to go that high, so they reluctantly let Parsons leave. Ultimately, Houston filled Parsons' small forward role with the signing of Trevor Ariza. Not bad.
And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
And talking about the Texas showdown over Parsons last year, even his teammates got involved. After Parsons left, James Harden reacted saying that Dwight Howard and Harden were the cornerstones of the Rockets. But that's probably nothing compared to the rivalry that the two teams' ownerships felt.
.55 seconds left in the fourth. Correa, the pass to Villanueva. Shot from 12. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Gay dishes to Mayo. Outside, Rodman. Gay kicks to Hood. The three. Shot's good by Gay.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve. They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
17 seconds left in the game. Out to the wing. That's tipped. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
Yeah, he couldn't hang on to it. You've got to be ready for the pass, ready to catch it.
5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they get the victory here at home. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan player of the game?
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunity. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. You get jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.